the finger pointing. Maybe it's time to sit down Jalen Hurts, and still not sure. Was that a fair question to ask Nick Sirianni? Have you thought about benching Jalen Hurts?
I think it is a fair question to ask, and I think it's fair to answer it the way Sirianni did. You know, the thing about Philadelphia is there's not only a very high standard, but there's a track record of backup quarterbacks playing really well. The first time they ever won a Super Bowl was their backup quarterback. Now, that was because Carson Wentz got hurt, but Nick Foles went in there and led them to the Super Bowl. So I think there are going to be people there that have said, okay, it's been 4 or 5 games now for Hurts where he hasn't played well. Tanner McKee has lit it up every time he's gotten an opportunity. This is the window for the Eagles. This is where they have the great receivers, the great tight end, the great running back, the awesome defense, the offensive line. This is the window, and maybe McKee gives them a better chance to win. I don't believe that. I highly doubt they would bench Jalen Hurts for a million different reasons. But I do think, if Hurts has 2 more games in a row where he has 5 turnovers, then it might be a more legitimate question. I don't think that's going to happen. He typically doesn't turn it over. And I had a much different takeaway, Dan, from that game Monday night than everybody else. I mean, Hurts had 5 turnovers. A.J. Brown had 2 or 3 drops. They had a couple of devastating penalties. One took a touchdown off the board. Jake Elliott misses a 48-yard field goal. If any one of those things doesn't happen, they still win the game. So they would have won a game at the L.A. Chargers, a good team, with the quarterback having 4 turnovers. They moved it better. Hurts threw for 240, could have been 300. Saquon ran for 120. I actually came away from that game better than I did against the Bears and the Cowboys when for 6 quarters, they couldn't do anything offensively. Turnovers are high variance. They're not going to happen all the time. Just not being able to move the ball at all because you can't do anything on offense, that would be more concerning to me than sort of a fluke game where the quarterback has a bunch of turnovers.